Hi guys, FrostFangs here, back with another Paladins video, and playing some Pip today with Combat Medic, arguably the best talent for him, whilst also being the least popular, at least in my experience. I'm also the worst with it compared to Mega Potion, maybe, but definitely Catalyst, which is my favorite. And yeah, I'm going to run it, see how we do. If you want to see me play Catalyst or Mega Potion, those were the ones I did most recently, which is why we've now circled back around to Combat Medic. The build for it, though, isn't really that much different from Mega Potion setup with the radius and the reset, with also a bit of self-heal in there. And yeah, the whole point of what I'm trying to say here is that it's kind of weird that there isn't a third setup for Combat Medic specifically, and that they haven't tweaked these cards to somehow, you know, suit that as an option, and people have just run this setup instead. I do remember Acrobat Strict being a thing for a while, but yeah, not really for me. And also with the keywords, it makes it even more of an option. I also actually don't remember if I've covered this since it got like the whole keywords change and also the extra fire rate. I might have done, and I might just have a really bad memory, but I remember it not dealing damage to you, but I can't remember if I covered that in a video. The fire rate I think is new to me. The 700 I think might also have been down from 750 or up from 650. I don't remember, but it's been a long time. I think it's in a really good spot and it's a really good way to play him, which is why I think it's slowly gained popularity to the point now where I see it way more than I see the other versions. Mega Potion has definitely dropped off compared to Catalyst and Combat Medic, and these two are pretty much polar opposites. Shouts out there to the Ash, by the way. I should have mentioned this earlier, but if you are going to run this, people might assume you're going for damage, so you probably should say in the chat that you're going for Combat Medic. It's just etiquette for some of the other setups with like supports and damage healer setups, you know what I mean. Onslaught from his Rise, Tyra, Xin, Ash, and Omen. Then for their side here, Furia, Amani, Anara, Xin, and Caspian. I think I read that outright, Combat Medic, and then the setup. Going to start with Defense here, which you can do on any version of Pip, but I think the Combat Medic setup specifically benefits the most from it because you have ammo gen on the damage one, you don't need it as much. It's still nice there though as well. Got Everyone Dies, Yomi, Slug, Shock, Stomach is going to be annoying, Spinning, Ice, Mother's Grace, Yomi, and Measure Cadence, so maybe going for like CC reduction here could be the play. Team's got it covered, Omen doing damage, but if she pushes into the other side of the map, I don't know really what she expects me to do. Maybe I should have waited to finish off the Anara there, but that's fine. Q there, sure, trying to get heals here to the Zim, but there we go. For some reason I always forget that I still have the reset on the Q. Like, it's not just my weapon heal that I have, I also still have like pretty much the normal Q setup just without the extra healing on it. Try to get a heal there to the Omen, he's dead. I don't really know what I meant to do here. I'll try and help out the Ash, she's just bursted. Again, not much I can really do there to heal her up by the time she's gone. It's in there saying heal any, as if I can be everywhere at once. I have an entire team to heal as a solo healer Pip, which is usually not too bad. Solo healer Pip can definitely work fine. When the team is this split up, it's kind of tough for me to get to the Ash when the three flankers are also low. And Tyra's going in like that. Through heal there to the Omen, that's Ash in the ult, so she's fine. Did I make that commentary, you know, make sense? I don't know, but there we go, she lived through it. I do have the ult here. Guess we could go for it. I don't know if I need to though. That was really, really bad. I should have moved around a little bit more. Amani's just been chilling on the top for the whole time. Caspian's going in, stacking up. Definitely could improve with Pip though, is what I was trying to say. That was actually alright movement. This map is a bit awkward for him, I think, in general, at least when I'm trying to play him. There's some heals. I do have the ult up. I don't know if I should go for here on the Caspian. I thought we were going to be able to take him out. The thing I was trying to say is that Pip has a bit of a hard time when the team is in group. Like, if I'm here and these guys are all just on the bottom, it's super easy, but you know, if I'm not somebody like a Genos or a Corvus and everyone's separate, I can't really do much because I'm a Pip. Ash ulted there. I guess I'll go down and help out with the Xin. Throw a Q in there for him. Sure, throw another one. Actually landed. Throw a double hit over. Do still have the ult, which I haven't used once this game. I guess now would be the time to pop it. There we go. Can we get rid of this Caspian? Fury ulted. Nope. I'm just not going to make that play work at all. And we all just got wiped. Didn't really have another opportunity to pop it because else it would have just been on like a one person or two max. Ash pushing in there super hard. There's all the heals I could possibly give to her. And there is the defeat. Not the best showcase ever for Combat Medic. We'll of course do a game too. It's just a bit of an awkward scenario for Pip as a healer compared to some of the other options that can do easy heals through walls when the teams are split up and stuff. Although we still matched the Fury, who was actually going for like a damage setup. So I can't complain too much. I'd say the Omen did quite well though, and so did the Tyra, but that was a very, very messy game. I've definitely said this at some point in a damage Pip video, but I much prefer him as a damage compared to as a support with Combat Medic, or even with the Mega Potion setup. It's never really worked for me. I think it's really strong and it's a really solid setup. It's just the way I like to play supports. It doesn't really mesh as well. Characters like Ceres or Genos or Corvus or even Grok, I think, and Damba work much better for the way that I like to play them because they're more standard, I suppose. Pip is, even as a support, very off like what standard supports kind of are. I'm not going to go into it more than that, but if you want to hear me yap more about it, I've got tons of other Pip videos of course on the channel. Shouts out to our Grok, by the way. We've got a Sky, Azon, and Damba. Ton of supports here, but we'll go Combat Medic and then the setup. Well, I'd probably go for damage here normally because I guess Grok's going to and then Damba's going for Ripened Gourd. They could both go for damage and it would work. For the other talents, we've got Debilitate, Persistence. On their side, by the way, they have a Vatu, Koga, Adrenaline Junkie, Sati, Window, then Cherish, Fury, and a Drogo. It's very different teams here. We'll go for Defans, still jumping around here. Got kind of behind the Grover, not a Grover, that's Grok. That was also Drogo's. I'm going to try and heal up the Azan here. Your heals do hit pretty damn hard. The attack fire rate, you know, buff is actually surprisingly noticeable. It's 10%, but you definitely pick up on it. There's a big Q. This is a way better scenario for it, by the way, because everyone's actually grouped in that last game. Like I said, but we're just everywhere in that one. Did get some stuff there to the sky. We'll just jump over here, left click, right click, sure. Okay, Drogos is here on nothing. There's a Q. I forget that it goes through walls so much, even though we're buffing it a ton. Yeah, it still feels a little bit cheesy. Very cheesy shot there on the Drogos too. Yeah, I feel like it goes through walls way more than you'd expect it to, given how most other abilities in Paladins work. We're just going to keep jumping around here, healing up the team. I think Damba might have just DC'd for a second. That's a Drogo's ult. Does he see me? I guess not. He's going after the Azan. That's a Koga ult. Am I dead? No, we're fine. I'm going to go for my ult here. That only hit the Koga. Didn't even get rid of him there. That was a shame. We'll get Kronos, which I think really does help with this, because obviously we're still running like a potion reset as like the base for the setup. You still want to grab it. You can definitely delay getting nimble, but there's heals on the Azan. There's heals on the Grok. He's still up. I'm trying to get heals to the Azan as much as possible because he's kind of the front man here, but I'm also getting chased, I think, a little bit more than the other supports. Maybe I'm just not noticing it. I don't know. That's a Sati. That's fine. We can just tank those. That's a Koga ult. Try and time the Q. There we go. Saved everybody. Completely cancel out the Koga ult. That's a Fury ult. Hello, Drogos. I'm going to try and get rid of him because he's just been sitting here for free. For some reason, my shots there were super weird. Definitely also talked about this in a video with Pip, but I think in a Combat Medic 1, which was probably like a year ago at this point. It'd be really cool if your right click had like the way to heal instead of just always being damaged. Like if you went for Combat Medic, your right click was also like a burst heal, and then maybe they changed some other stuff around because otherwise it'd probably be a little bit too good. It doesn't need a buff. Do you get what I mean? That didn't make any sense. Dead there to the Sati ult after just crapping on it a minute ago. We'll get more Kronos and more nimble. Sure, I'm surprised we're not winning by more here, but we're not really dealing damage. We're kind of just sustaining their output, and eventually that's not going to work because of hi-rez. There's heals on the Grok. Try and get rid of the Vatu here, like I said, trying to mix in the damage with the heals. I think that's the only way this is going to actually work for us. That's a Grok ult reload here taking too long. Sky's gone, that sucks. Furia there with the beam, the triple tap on her. Sure, hello, Koga. I am jumping. This is Pip movement. There's definitely an art to it, especially with like, you know, the extra jump height and stuff. That was a Koga ult. That's a Fury ult. I'm going to just jump over this way. I do have a my ult up here. I don't know if that's really a time to go for it. Just jumped into the Fury beam. Absolute classic. I'm going to pop the ult. Actually only hit the Koga, but I'll take it. I'm just going to jump away from this Drogos. I think we can nearly outspeed him, but not if I get slammed on the wall and completely mess up the jump. There goes the Vatu. Sure, we're just going to throw a Q there. Hello, Drogos. I think I'm actually going to be more effective trying to do like a damage thing and only shifting when I really need to. Like for the most part, actually focusing on damage until we need to switch to healing, which we can do. You can definitely still play this as like a hybrid setup. I think this is probably people's favorite for hybrid. You don't really want to go damage and then heal for a little bit. You want to go for this sort of thing and then mix in damage. That Fury is somehow not gone. Koga's in here doing stuff. Hello, Drogos. Left click, right click. I've got to give the Azan props. He is alive for most of this, but I don't know if he's actually outputting that much. I haven't really been able to tell. There's a Q for him and some left clicks trying to get some movement going. There's a Q. I think I'm dead. Don't know why, but for some reason our Sky has Illuminate. I don't know if that's auto buy or what exactly, but let's just jump over here and help out with the Azan. Jump over this way, get rid of the Koga who's on like nothing. Do I go for an ult here? Yeah, sure. That only hit the Sati, and I think maybe the Vatu who was on me. I'm not sure, but the team is just sitting on the point, not really capitalizing off of anything. We're barely moving off of the point. Sky is kind of trying to go around and flank and stuff, but don't know if she's doing a particularly good job. There goes the Vatu. This is kind of working. It's just a very, very weird game. Just get rid of the Drogos who's trying to charge up an ult. Just jump around a little bit here. Koga's just trying to get rid of us. Yep, there's a Q. I'm not really trying to throw it on myself too much because we can heal the team. That Vatu's on nothing, by the way, but I think I can finish him off. There's a Q. There's some more left clicks. Just doesn't feel very effective healing when the hi-rez is this high. I might as well be doing damage instead. There, Sati, by the way, is on like a 23 streak. I feel like I should personally go out of my way to stop that. There we go. There's a Q over there. I do have the ult ready. Do we go for it? I don't know. I feel like I should just try and focus heals. There's a Q. Pop the ult here just on the Furia solo. I didn't check if they have resilience, which I probably should have done before I went for that. I think that's like a prime, you know, basic thing to do if you're a Pip is check resilience so you know who should ult and who you shouldn't. There's a double hit. Let's get rid of the Sati if we can. Grok's ulting. 380. We've nearly won. This feels like it's been a really long onslaught, to be honest. There's another Q. Okay, everyone's still up. Right click there on the Vatu. The reload is actually still kind of slow, even with Death Hands too. Doesn't feel particularly quick. Drogo's ulting. There's a Koga actually landed the shot, threaded it through, but I'm somehow still up. The game is very close here. I need to actually lock in a little bit here if we want to win this one. Hello, Sati. I don't know how I got caught there so weirdly. Don't know if they've actually even got enough time. I suppose not, because there we go. 390 to 377. It went to time, very surprisingly, but yeah, I guess we pulled through with the victory just about, because that last bit there was very back and forth, and that was a pretty much prime example for Combat Medic Pip. Would have probably been better off going for Catalyst and focusing on damage, but then again, I was healing the most on the team there. Grok was doing damage, Azam was, you know, playing the point and doing his thing. The Damba was playing the point as well and healing, but didn't do as well as we did there on either stat, so he would have been better for sure going for the stun thing. They didn't have any resilience there other than the Sati right at the end, and yeah, my setup or the Damba damage setup there would have been fantastic. Sky was playing really, really weird. 320, 34k. I thought she was putting in work, but yeah, apparently not. Shouts out there to their Sati. She did really well. Star of the show on there alongside the Drogos. Surprisingly, the stats are very, very weird in this one. Not much for me to really add here. At the end though, Combat Medic Pip worked well. It's not really my thing, and I much prefer the damage side of it, but I have to give it its credit. It's a very, very good setup, especially at the moment. Although I will say, too, I guess it's disservice. There is a little bit more difficult to play than a lot of the other healer setups. To get the same sort of effectiveness with Combat Medic Pip, you have to put in more effort for sure than, you know, most other options here. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you've enjoyed. Of course, let me know your thoughts on Combat Medic Pip down in the comments. I'll see you guys all very, very soon. And as always, stay frosty.